It's Women's History Month, and the Women's Center is celebrating their 40th year anniversary. It seems like a pretty big deal, so let's check it out.
Oh my god, hey! Welcome to the Cardiff House! Did you know that the Cardiff House is one of the oldest standing residences in Santa Cruz County? It was built in 1855 and it was originally known as the Cowell Ranch House. The name changed when George Cardiff, a bookkeeper and manager of the range, lived here for 40 years. When UCSC opened in 1965, it became the home of the Cardiffs, and it was used to host college provosts from 1970s to the early 1980s.
Hi, welcome. Can I check you in really quick? Perfect, thank you. Hey, did you know that the Feminist Studies major started off as a student-led women's studies program? Helen Mulgan, a literature professor and the Dean of Humanities, was hired in 1978. She hoped that the Women's Center could be the activist arm in allowing the women's studies program to achieve their academic goals.
A few years later, in September 1984, a group of faculty gathered to plan a women's studies curriculum, organize the feminist research activity, and discuss the new Women's Center. In October, the Chancellor granted the Cardiff House to the Women's Center. In December, a founding board hired our first director, Diane Reeves, as well as Kathy Olson for the assistant position. Then, in September 1985, the Women's Center opened its doors to the Cardiff House.
The Women's Center has always had a collaborative approach, focusing on programming and community. Its location being between the main campus and the city of Santa Cruz embodies the Women's Center's vision of bridging together that division between campus and community. Directors like Beatriz Lopez Flores connected with faculty like Angela Davis, bringing Toni Morrison as a guest speaker. Feminist writers Adrienne Rich and Gloria Saldua, which I love, were also involved in the Women's Center's early years.
They love me not. Oh, I did not see you there. That is embarrassing. But the Women's Center has continued to work on student involvement and women leadership in the center. Throughout Shane Snowden's direction from 1995 to 1999, they had workshops on relationships, sexuality, nighttime hikes, and rock climbing field trips. What? I want to join. What? They had also workshops on women and their cars, including basic repairs and how to buy a good used car. Snowden's time was distinguished by the Women of Courage series, which featured Native activist Winona LaDuke.
Hey, follow me. The Women's Center has built bridges with many communities. Under Lopez Flores from 1986 to 1994, the Women's Center helped initiate campus outreach programs like the Chicana Pipeline programs, which brought more Chicanx students to UCSC. In 1992, the Indigenous California Women's Conference, organized by a group of American Indian students, brought female tribal elders and activists from California tribal nations across the state together.
Hey, where are you going? Come on. The Women's Center also started an art gallery, which was started by a few students who curated a show about Asian Pacific Islander women, and it was called Never in the Shadows Again. These walls now hold a space for exhibits for all types of women and other feminist topics. One of the most memorable exhibits was Rocking, Red Rocking, an interactive exhibit where the curators carved the words of women writers like Audre Lorde and Alice Walker into two red rocking chairs that sit on our porch today.
The Women's Center is excited to be celebrating our 40th year this year, and we are also celebrating Women's History Month. If you would like to stop by at the Women's Center, please do so. We are located at the Cardiff House.